So now that you understand the different technique that I use to let go, and if you're new to to our channel, or just seeing this video and haven't seen part one, I encourage you to view part one of how to know when it's time to let go, my secret strategy that I use and have used for quite some time, and encourage my clients in our one-to-one coaching sessions to use as well. So before I share with you the different things that I do to move forward in my life, once I realize it is time for me to do that, I'd like to ask you to shine your light on our channel and share if this information resonates with you. Spiritual guidance speaks to your soul. It is meant for all of humanity. And so I thank you in advance for sharing our video, sharing our channel, becoming a spiritual superstar, and subscribing to our spiritual family. So some of the things that I do are working on finding my comfort zone. When it is time for me to move on from a certain phase in my life or from a relationship, whether that relationship is platonic or romantic, whether it's family of origin, whatever that relationship is to me, could be work related, whatever it is, including behavior, relationship with your ego, your human. I have to find my comfort. My comfort will have changed, but there are key qualities there that will have remained, and that is the healthy energy between what I have found as comforting to my human and what is healthy for my soul. So, for example, I may need to part ways with an employer. I may have reached the glass ceiling, and it becomes quite apparent that I am not going to grow in my career unless I seek employment elsewhere or become self-employed. So my comfort may have been in knowing I have a job that's going to pay me a reliable income that I have grown accustomed to, and so I depend on that frequency of paycheck. In order for me to find my comfort, I need to then understand what I need to receive in my next employment, or what I need to pull in my self-employment to still have that comfort of dependability, the reliable paycheck or income stream, and not be totally freaked out by this change. So in that process, I will begin to devise my plan, my strategy, as far as my salary requirements, my man hours if I am self-employed, and what I need in order to take care of the responsibilities that I am taking care of right now while I'm still in this role that I know I will soon be pulled away from as I welcome this next phase of my journey. If it is a romantic love that I am letting go of, finding my comfort is in understanding the good times and the good things about our connection. So as I find that comfort zone in that connection that I have with this person, I am going to go back down memory lane and I'm going to reflect. I encourage you to work with Archangel Jeremiah. Archangel Jeremiah helps us when we go back down memory lane so that we can have a very good review and analysis of what we really experienced and not stay there romanticizing the past. The question that is so key when you work with Archangel Jeremiah is, what do I need to do to change? How do I accept this next phase of my journey? Things of that nature, but speak to the same question because you need to know how to move forward. So in a romantic love situation, I would ask myself, okay, wow, we really have a lot of fun together, and asking myself again as I look down memory lane and I find myself smiling and I say, okay, well, I'm seeing that we have a lot of fun when we go to Buckhead, when we go to the mall together, when we go to Piedmont Park together. So what about those things is it that I really find comfort in if that person is not there? Well, Piedmont Park is a huge park in Atlanta, and it's the nature. It's being outside. It's soaking in all of the events and the camaraderie and the social atmosphere and just being in nature and also enjoying a nice physical activity for um, that speaks to my health and wellness even. So that really is my comfort. Also going to Lenox Mall. When I go back down memory lane, I see that, wow, I really enjoyed going into certain stores and he didn't come with me. We either met back up or he stayed outside the store or we did our own thing, but we kept, coming back together. Now that comfort may be in the fact that security of coming back together makes you feel really wanted and special and adored. And that other comfort may be that you enjoyed going into certain stores that made you feel attractive. It made you feel involved and engaged in what made you feel beautiful inside and out, or just staying aware of what the current trends are. It also may be the social aspect of being out and about and walking, enjoying the physical activity. And so, again, what I'm doing here is I'm taking that person out of the equation and I'm really seeing what brought me comfort so that I know what will bring me comfort without that person in my life. And I'm hoping that you can see where we're going with that. If you can't, I'll absolutely help you out. What you're doing here is understanding what your needs are. Your needs are getting met, not necessarily from the other person, as it absolutely is a seed that you will have planted within your own energy space, and you will have been activating the law of attraction, generating this need, which is associated with your standards, your values, and what you desire to feel comfortable and comforted. So when you're able to take that person out of the equation and see how your needs were getting met, you're able to pull that into your future and still get your needs met while you are letting go of the person that you were connected to in that relationship. As you begin to comfort yourself, you then open yourself up to new activity, your hobbies, your desires. What do you like? And understanding that on a whole new wavelength. Often in relationship, we can get sidetracked and we forget that we are still individuals. And so at this point, you want to open yourself up. You may have to force yourself out or accepting invitations to social get-togethers. You may have to force yourself out on dates. But the point here is you are opening yourself up to new activities because this is a new day and you are living a new phase of your life. So you want to make sure that you are giving yourself that time to really grieve. However, you are making sure that you are also welcoming this change, the winds of time. And that is simply going with the energy and opening yourself up to the invitations that the winds of time are sending your way. So for example, I don't go too much into grieving because that is going to surface in your vulnerable moments. And there is no rhyme or reason because you have your own subjective energy there in your own situation, your own circumstances. The grieving process is important so that you can allow that energy to surface and welcome this new energy of change in. So the universe is going to make sure that you grieve, and as you cry it out, you're receiving invitations and new people are surfacing, and you're finding that there is a cycle happening. So being open to receiving those invitations and new activities, new hobbies, and just trying out different things there that interest you is important. The next step is practice. It is so important that you get out there and just keep trying. You may not want to get out and socialize or be around anybody, or if it is a job that you're walking away from and you're transitioning from, then you may not want to apply for new positions yet. So it is in those moments where we really do have to break that pattern to your human conditioning of comfort, because that comfort is truly a lie. It is a fear. And you know what the definition of fear is, right? Right. It is a perceived threat. It's perception. We don't know if that's a threat for real or not, but our human says, well, based on the past, we should be fearing this change. Well, we know that is a lie. And so really breaking that pattern is tricking your human. And moving forward through practice of going out and going online. I don't know if anyone really looks at the newspaper anymore, but checking out different headhunters, even looking at your job board while you are still in this position, going to the art museum, the art gallery, going out with friends, going to the movies by yourself or with friends, going to that cafe that you love to go to, even the one that you two used to go to, different activities there that welcome this wind of change that's bringing in new beginnings is really important. So once you get that practice in, it does get a little bit easier for you to let go of this person, place, or thing, or behavior, maybe a mindset that you're letting go of. And it does take those steps for me. And this is something that I teach in our individual coaching sessions as well. So I encourage you to click the links down below and to look into private coaching with me. And we have a group spiritual life coaching masterclass starting on May 28th, 2017. And so I encourage you to look into that as well. When you're needing to let go of something, you are experiencing a spiritual awakening. And during that duration, you will experience it on a whole new wavelength every single time throughout your life journey. So you may have to let go of a girlfriend or a boyfriend at one period in your life. At another time, you may have to understand why Spirit has intervened for you to have children in heaven and not raise them on earth. You also may have to understand why you're going through a divorce. It may be a career change that is the theme of your spiritual awakening. However, there is a strategy to manage and maneuver through each stage of a spiritual awakening successfully. And it is something that I teach because I have learned how to master it myself, and I teach my clients to master theirs every single time. This strategy works for any circumstances that you're in, and this strategy is something that you will learn to keep and to pull out as your beautiful bag of tricks to use during any spiritual awakening subsequently, because I'm a firm believer in, if you can't use it to live a sustainable life forward, then why would you even give your energy to it? If it only works for that one place and time, then why won't it work for any other time thereafter? So don't limit yourself and invest in yourself by clicking the links down below and really engage in the next phase of your journey empowered. Again, thank you so much for staying tuned to our channel. You are a beautiful spiritual superstar. Rock it out. And thank you for sharing our video, liking, subscribing to our channel, a spiritual family of spiritual superstars. Take great care. Mwah.